That's a pain. I'll keep it just because.
Oh, Morgan.
Can deal with that. I'm keeping.
Sorry, I'll just be 1 second. It's been meaning to do something all morning.
To go as well. Okay, I will start us off. Good luck, have fun.
You too.
Thank you. Alright, draw for turn. I'll play Plateau. Tap for red, and I'll play a Stromkirk Noble. And Eminence will give me a 1/1 vampire. That'll pass.
Draw. I'm going to play a Forest and pass.
Draw. We'll play a mountain and pass.
Tower and pass.
Go to a luxury suite. And I'll go to combat. I'm going to send both at EU Corval for 2.
Okay. I'm going to take that.
When that deals damage, it'll get a +1 counter. And then I'll pay 2 for a Cruel Celebrant, making another vampire. And I'll pass. Thanks.
Did you draw all those vampires by yourself?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Thank you.
Funny. I'm going to draw. Then I'm going to play the German card, Brandstein Vestibule. It just taps black and red. And then I'm going to tap 1 Ignoble Hierarch. And I'm going to pass.
Oh. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Play Gemstone Cavern.
Oh.
Man.
I'll tap 2
Holy straw patches.
for a Pyromancer's Ascension.
Oh no.
When
Sounds like a Dragon's Approach deck. One tap upkeep, draw. Play a Flooded Strand. I'll crack it for need a white, black, I guess. Tapping 3, I'll play a Professional Facebreaker.
Okay.
I'll proceed to combat. We'll send the 2 1/1s at EU Corvold, and then I'll go 2/2 at U Money and a 1/2 at UMax.
So 1/1 again.
2 1/1s at you, Corvold. So
Okay, I'm going to take that. You get 2 treasures.
just one per player.
Oh, okay, just 1 per player, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. End of attack is declared. Let's professional facebreaker swords.
Yep. Okay, 2.
Okay.
So then,
blockers.
okay. So it's just 1 damage to UMax, 2 to the others. So I get a counter. And that's all I got. Pass.
Draw. Alright. I'm going to play Cinderglade. I'm going to pay 3 to play Glittering Stockpile. Then I'm going to pay 2 to play Resembling Skeleton. And then I'm going to pass.
Don't forget to put a counter on your...
Yeah, thank
treasure.
you. Very kind.
I will discard the Isolate Watchtower for a Mox Diamond. And then I will go ahead and pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Well, this hand sucks. This hand's downright dog shit. I haven't been able to do anything for like 3 turns, and now I finally get to start casting shit.
You did something to me.
Yeah, I drew that. I top decked that. It's not that impressive. Okay, I think let's tap 3. Let's tap 3 and just bring out, I don't know. I can't bring this out, so it'll have to be... Oh, actually, if I play a Plains for turn instead, I can play Queen Elonal. I'll pass. I need dice.
We tap up, keep draw. I guess we'll go to combat. That's 1/1. Send the Stromkirk Noble at UMax. How big is the skeleton? It's a 1/1?
It's a 1/1. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll send a 1/2 at you. I'll send the 2 1/1s at EU money.
So that 2 damage?
It's just 1 at you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay. I see it. Right, I'm taking
3.
that.
3 at max, 2 at press.
I'll take 3.
Okay. 1 damage. This will get a counter. And then I guess let's pay 2. For an Agate Instigator. And then for these 2, and I'll pay 1 for a Changeling Outcast. So everyone will take 1 when that enters, and then 1 when the Vampire enters. So it's going to be 2. And I'll pass.
I draw. Okay.
Come on, 2 red players at the table. Blasphemous act, surely.
I wish I would have drawn
Come on.
that. Wait.
What the hell are you two doing?
Not blasphemy.
I'm going to play my Commander Corvold. He gets 2. He triggers. I sacrifice my Resembling Skeleton. He gets +1/+1, and I draw a card. Fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Then, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do shit. I'm sorry, bro.
Amount. I'll tap 4 for soul. No pass.
Tricky draw. I will play a forest and I'll tap 3. Will I tap 3? I guess. It's not really helpful at this point, is it? What is that thing? That thing's going to keep charging me. Is it a 4/4 at the moment? Okay. Wait, can't be blocked by humans. Wait, why am I? This is a fucking tribal deck.
Yeah.
This is so cruel.
Yeah, I put it in here just to silver bullet you. Get wrecked.
Okay, I'm gonna play Teo.
Get
Bullshit.
wrecked.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 3 on this. I will. Okay, I'm gonna generate. Aside from generating a wall, I'm gonna also generate a soldier. So this will go to 3 on that, and then
That wall's a human, right?
No, wall's a wall.
What?
The wall is indeed a wall.
That's some bullshit.
Oh, here you go, guys. Free code for Arena. Too bad it expired in 2020.
This is such a...
So generous.
It's so generous,
Tap
bro.
up, keep, draw.
No, we'll get 1,000,000 cards. Man.
Land would be great.
Yeah, those freelance kind of hurt, yeah.
Let's pay 2. I'll go to combat.
Right.
Sulfin. And other stuff. How big's the wall?
0-3. And I also have hexproof. So, yeah.
Noted.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't do nothing.
It's 5-4. Okay. I'll send Stromkirk Noble at you, Sulfin player. I'll send these 4 at you, Corvold.
I'm going to block one with my Corvold. And
I'll take
those are 4 1/1s, yes?
That is correct.
So I get 3 damage and 1 dice.
Okay. When it dies, everyone lose 1. I gain 1 from Cool Silver. And this will get a counter.
Right.
Second main, I will pay 2 and cast a Vampire Socialite. It's going to put a +1 counter on all my vampires, just all my vampires, because of someone took damage this turn. So I'll make a vampire on cast, and it will give a +1 counter to all those. So everyone take 2 for Maggot Instigator. And I'll pass after that.
A draw. Oh, look at that. That's kind of funny.
Come on, guys. Board wipe, please.
Bro,
Now!
I don't have
I don't want to hear your damn excuses.
Ouch, my knee.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana. I wish I had. All right. Firstly, I'm going to pay 2 to play Lightning Greaves and equip it to my core vault. I hate it. 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6. Yeah, then I'm going to tap 4 to play Yagama front of Medicus, and
Oh my god.
I can't do shit. I'm
my
sorry, man. Pass.
That's a fucking Yorg.
Like that.
Look, Yorg's a great creature, but that's not the direction I was hoping you'd go in.
Yeah, I don't have... Bro, if I'm telling you...
Well, this is
I was thinking to do something else, but I need the cards that I have right now. And this goes +3.
I'll play Mana Vault.
Mana Vault.
I'll tap for 5 for a Brash Taunter.
All right.
And I will pass.
Okay.
Oh, that's an annoying little card.
Draw. That's a cool card. I actually really like that. Damn. But I don't know how many more turns we're gonna have, so what does it fucking matter?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well,
Just wait a bit. Just wait a bit.
If Corvault gets huge, that's gonna be lethal.
No. Don't you start talking now. Okay. No. No.
You only need to give me 1 turn. After
I
that,
don't think we're arguing here.
I
You're
can
the
do
problem.
something after that. I can do shit after that.
Okay, I think I'm gonna probably I'm gonna play the long play because I really want to. No, actually, I won't. I should actually probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Screw it. Since y'all are doing nothing, I'm entitled to do nothing as well. I'm gonna play Growing Ranks. Being in my upkeep populate. Woo! I will use a Karu. Okay, let's go to 1. We make a second wall. And we make a second man. Where is man? Hello, man. Okay. Which this will go to 5. Pass turn.
I'm sorry. What did you do? I didn't quite follow that. I saw the growing ranks.
Teo
Okay.
to make man to make wall. Queen Elenel make man.
Well, how did Teo make another wall? Doesn't he just do that on ETB?
No, he's a planeswalker.
I'm aware of that, but none of his abilities make a wall. Only his ETB makes a wall.
Am I losing my marbles here? I'm looking at Teo right now.
I guess I'm on the wrong Teo. What Teo is it? I thought it was
Teo the Shield
geometric.
Mage. The Shield Mage from
Okay.
War of
I
the
had the
Spark.
wrong one. My bad.
Oh, so
I
you
can't
dig
click
2
your
to make a wall.
cards.
Okay.
There's another Teo?
Yeah, geometric tactician is the one I was looking at. My bad. Okay, you have hex create a wall. Roger that. He also makes a wall.
Right. Oh, it's
I
a
guess-
0. Okay, it's a 0/4 wall. And,
I guess he's a wall builder.
Hell yeah. We love that. Trump will love that.
He doesn't actually build walls. He just talks about it. Draw for 2.
That's a great idea. I should actually I've got a Doran War Tribal deck, and I do make proxies, and I think that's going to be my Trump proxy. I swore on it. I wanted to make a Donald Trump deck, and that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do.
I just wanted to say that. The Trump deck, bro.
Pay
It
1.
only consists of wall cards.
Yeah.
I'll cast an Indulgent Aristocrat. Vampires. And everyone take 2 off the Agate Instigator.
Top deck, please, my top deck. Oh, if
Yawgmoth. I don't love it.
you don't love it,
We
I
need
don't love
we
it.
need to kill that socialite. That socialite has to go right
yeah,
now.
I know. Don't worry, I'm on it.
I want to
Use-
full swing at you, Corvold.
Yeah. That's understandable. So what's that's a 5/1? No, 5/5.
6/6. 2/2
6/6.
unblockable. All these are 2/2s. This one's unblockable.
This one is
This is-
unblockable. 2/2. Then I'm going to block
This-
2.
Sorry.
I'm going.
Go ahead. Socialite's a 2/2. This is a 2/3.
I'm going to block your socialite with my Kobold, and your oh no, this card is in German. The white-black mana card.
The Celebrant.
Yeah, the
Wait,
Full
Celebrant.
Celebrant.
Yeah, the Celebrant.
Good pick. Good choices.
How are you blocking?
With Yawgmoth and Kobold.
Which one on which?
Kobold on the black-red and
Socialite.
Yawgmoth at the white-black.
Okay. Yawgmoth's a 2/4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have something?
Yeah, prior to damage, I'm gonna take 2. I'll sack the. I guess I might as well sack the socialite. I'll sack the socialite to Indulgent Aristocrat to put a +1 counter on each vampire control.
Oh, okay. So
So-
she's no
These are gonna bounce.
4.
Yeah, you're gonna take 12 plus. This will be 7, 19.
Bruh. 2, 2, 6, 6. Yeah, you're right. 19.
I mean, you can respond and also blow up that Aristocrat as well.
No, he's already blocks.
Because if you don't do it now, it's going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
Ready to clear it. I can take care of the Aristocrat. I'll take care of that next turn.
Okay.
So I can still choose who I want to block with my Kobold, another card.
What are you talking about? We already declared blocks, didn't we?
Oh, okay, then it's all good. I'm going to take 19. Okay.
Okay.
82.
Wait, so he declared blockers, but you responded?
After blocks were declared, I responded before combat damage.
Yeah, and he can respond to that as well.
Yeah, he could. Are you doing anything before
Oh
damage?
no, right. Never mind. No, it's all good.
All good? Okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yippee! 9 life. Good.
Should be 19. Sorry.
Yeah, that's.
And then
Yeah,
you also
I lost.
take one.
I
You did
take one
18.
from what?
Well, first
I
of all, you only
remove-
did 18.
Wait, there was a 28 and a roof 19 live. I'm now at 9. If I'm correct.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everyone is going to take one off the vampire tag
Okay,
to
now
the full
I'm at
settlement
8.
as
Now I'm
well.
at 8.
I'll pass.
All right.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, guys.
What happened? What happened?
What happened? Yeah, I'm going to cast
Leave.
Zendikar. For 1, 4, 5. I'm going to sack this to get 3 treasures and sack all my treasures so Corvo triggers 3 times and I can draw 3 cards. I'm going to tap this, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 treasure needs to go. 2 floating mana and draw 3. Okay. Then I
Hang
create.
on. Can we walk through what just happened? I understand, but you should have drawn 4 because you sucked the glittering stockpile. How much mana did that make?
Yeah, I also sacked the glittering stockpile. Thank you. I'm at plus
Sure.
5.
So
If
you
I
have
sack
how-
it.
Okay, so you've sacked that.
No. I'm correcting myself. I'm going to put those cards again on top. So sacrifice glittering stockpile at X mana of any color where X is the number of stash counters on the glittering. I only get 3 mana and only draw 1 card, and my Corvo goes +2/+2.
Why are you drawing
myself.
any cards?
Because I did a mistake. I just put my cards away again. Glittering stockpile is saying I can sacrifice it and add X mana of any color. Yeah, I only sacrificed 1 card, so I only draw 1.
Okay.
Yeah, and he goes to +2/+2. And I create. I'm going to take this glittering stockpile as counters. How many land drops? 1, 2, 3,
5.
5 counters. Okay. Then I'm going. I have still 2 floating mana. I'm going to play a fetch land and pay 1 to search my library for a land card.
Wait, before you draw? Before you pick up your library, you have a trigger?
Oh yeah, Cobalt is going to trigger. +3, and I'm drawing. Good. Then I'm searching.
You have to pay 1 life to sack fetch land.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. 7. So I'm just going to take. I will do it fast and take a forest. We'll shuffle up first.
Wait, do you have? Are they purple dragon shield sleeves?
No, those are purple katana sleeves.
Oh, the katanas, right? Okay.
Why?
Oh no, because I have purple Dragon Shield sleeves right now.
Oh, cool.
How are the katanas? I've bought Dragon Shield since time immemorial, so
So, in my opinion, katanas are pretty good. Shuffling isn't that hard, and they feel good also. I mean, I like them. The thing is, I never tried Dragon Sleeve, to be honest. I wanted to buy some too to see how they are.
I've tried both. I prefer Dragon Shield, but katanas are nice. They're a little bit slippery. They're like a lot smoother, so they do shuffle well. But I don't know. I like the texture of Dragon Shields.
it beats the Ultra Pros. The old Ultra Pros,
Oh,
like you just
Ultra Pro is just
they're already
garbage.
tearing.
Yeah, dude, it is the worst. Also, the katanas don't have that like extra little space at the top like the Dragon Shields do. I don't know if you
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, but I actually really like that. So I was annoyed
Oh.
when it didn't have that.
So let me think what I want to do. No, I don't have any option. I will pay 5. Pay 5 life. Oh
Hold
my
on,
god,
you missed some triggers on your
What
Avenger.
triggers on my Avenger? Landfall, yeah, he goes to +1.
+2.
+2.
You played the
Thank you for
fetch
that.
land and cracked it, right?
Yeah.
He,
Yeah, I
it's not
cracked
him.
it.
It's
The
not him.
saplings,
It's all of the
plants.
plants.
Oh yeah. Then let's do this too. Oh, cool. I'm putting that. Okay.
He doesn't
The
get any
Avenger
counters.
doesn't have +2/+2. He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
the plants.
Yeah.
Alright. Good. I mean, I'm still going to sack those pens. It didn't even matter. Because what else can I do? I'm going to pay 5. Like that. Sacking my plants. Then I'm going, klick an, bis zu eine Karte, dann ziehe eine Karte. I'm going to draw 5 cards after that, and Corvold's going
What are you targeting?
+5.
Wait a minute, what are you targeting?
Let me first
No, you have to
the
target
counter
first.
somewhere. I know I can target someone and give minus
Okay.
counters. I want to first give all my
That's fine.
creatures plus counters. So that was at 3, so it's now +8/8. Then I'm going to I'm going to draw 10 cards.
Hold on, you have to target something before you're drawing anything.
Before I'm
You
drawing
can't-
some. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I have to target something. Let's see.
Because if we fizzle your ability, you don't draw.
The order of
Ah.
resolution is that you've got your 5 Corvolds on the stack, then you've got your 5 Yawgmoth triggers on the stack.
I'm sorry if I'm confusing you guys because I'm still a Magic
okay.
beginner.
Magic is difficult. Just
Yeah.
so declare your targets, and then you get to resolve for everything.
So I don't want to target your counters. That's now 8/8. That's channeling autos can block and can't be blocked. Which is right now.
So let me help.
I would give this
Hold on.
red one.
Just stop for a sec. If
sorry.
you don't kill this first, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I was thinking to kill both because
And he's going to sack it to the Indulgent Aristocrat when you target it?
I'm tapped out. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I'm going to target your white black for 4, but this one I want to remove it as well. I give this next to the white black, the red one, I will give then 1 minus.
Okay.
4 at her, 1 at him, so she dies.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, yes.
Yes, I have no response.
Yeah.
So now you can draw your 10, and everyone will lose 1 and I gain 1.
And who's getting the other -1/-1 counter? Ah, okay, down
Keep
there.
it.
Got it.
Let's see what I can do. Maybe I have something. I'm at 1 health. Looks dire, guys.
You only
I
need one
still-
health to win.
That's
I-
it. This is the only HP that matters. This is the only one that matters.
Pass turn.
Yeah.
I still have 3 mana. Okay, no, wait. It looks dire. Oh, bro. I could. I mean, you would take it. I could do this. I mean, the only thing is that I can do to survive somehow. Bro, 1 life is kind of bad. I'm going to summon Zolpot. It's a creature when I sack something, or when a creature of when one of my creatures dies, I get 1 life and you will lose 1 life. And I'm going to pay 1 to get Soaring out. And then I'm going to pay Soaring to gain Arcane Signet out. And then, no, I can't do that. And then I will tap my Arcane Signet to play a tutor and search up my deck for a card. Put it on top of my deck.
Are you done after that?
I'm done after that. I mean, I can pass. You can do your turn while I'm searching.
I'll take 1. Get 1 for a soaring. How big is your boy over there?
Which boy?
My
Yeah.
It's got
boy
lightning greaves.
is 12/12.
You can't fight it
That'll
though.
work. Oh, he's got Hex Grenade. You should have done that. Well,
I know, I even said it earlier.
yeah.
I'm glad.
Yep. Yeah, I know you're happy.
I'm thinking, what can save me right now?
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tap 3. I'll play Magus of the Wheel. And I will pass.
Wheel.
I can't do it now, can I?
No.
No, because it's got haste. Or no haste.
6,
I'm still cheering him on.
8, 9. Ah,
You're on mute, Max.
Who? Oh,
Thanks for letting me know. I was just screaming. You said you deal with the aristocrat. You lied to me. You lied.
I was going to, but then he freaking hexproofed it.
I'm gonna make
This thing, I was gonna
It's
do
not
like that
hex.
was gonna be like 24
no.
damage to
The
serve.
indulgent aristocrat's not hexproof.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the cruel celebrant. I think he did too, but
Oh.
I mean the indulgent aristocrat's
I'm
not
not
that good. I only have 3 land.
The Okay, she's up to 7. I will draw for turn. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. That's pretty cool. Play a land for turn. Okay. I'm gonna tap 3.
I don't know what to take.
I'm gonna tap 3 for a commander sphere. And then I'm gonna tap 3 and I'm gonna play Darien. Okay. Lots of things are happening now. All my creatures are anthemed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What do you got over there? All right, Surf. We go to combat. I'll swing a 9/9 at you.
You should do that at me.
Where do you swing on 9/9?
At Surf.
At Surf, okay.
You should do that at me.
You should probably listen to Ras. Why don't you tell him what you're thinking?
I block with the Brash Taunter. I get
It's
to do 18 damage to a target creature.
yeah. This
target
is
Because it's non-combat damage.
huh? Oh right,
cards.
yeah. He's dealt damage. Yeah, sure. My reasoning is I want to start chipping away at that board. But
Guys, I have a question.
Best removal
Sure.
is player removal.
What is your question?
No, it's
Maybe.
about
Yeah.
going. I could take a board wipe if I survive. Should I take it?
I don't.
If he full swings at you,
There's-
you're going down.
Yeah, I'm going down and now.
You're gonna die to the Ag Instigator. Like, there's no chance you survive. I don't see any way
it's
you live.
hopeless.
Alright.
I would put that.
Fuck it. Are you gonna hit him with it?
Yeah.
Russ, are you gonna hit him with it?
He's the one.
He can only hit players, right?
Yeah, I'll hit you. Oh, because
Yeah.
I've got hexproof. So yeah, I'll Russ, I'll swing 9 at you.
Alright, I'll block with the Brash Taunter and have that 9
Kill
damage do
Corvold. It'll be so
18
funny.
damage to Surf
Come on.
City. That's the
Oh.
player.
I'm going just to take
I know.
this on
I
top.
meant like do it to his face for the memes.
Oh, for the
Okay.
memes. Oh,
No.
I'll just
All right.
18 to gold.
I'll take.
18 to serve.
Sure.
I will then pass the turn.
All right, I'm dead.
Assuming I play a creature.
You would definitely play a creature.
Maybe. I only have 3 cards in hand.
You're messing with me right now. And even so, you would full swing at me. I don't know. Or would you?
Well, I also have an unblockable creature.
Yeah. It's Jover. If you give mercy?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Is that a German word? I'm unfamiliar with it.
So the German.
That was mean. Okay.
Freaking brash taunter. Yeah, this is bad. All right. All right. I'm gonna pay 3. Cast a Ruthless Lawbringer. On cast on. Yeah, cheat everyone. GGE Corvold.
I'm
Sorry.
dead. I'm dead. Oh, good. Yeah.
And when it enters, I'll sack the vampire that I made on cast to destroy a non-land permanent. I'm gonna hit. No. I guess I'll hit your big creature max. Actually, hold on. Is that thing? Do you have a way to give it indestructible? You don't. Only creature tokens, right?
I do have one colored
Well,
mana.
I mean, on board, there's nothing that you have that gives it protection.
No, not on board.
Okay, I'm gonna target your giant creature then to destroy it.
Yeah, fuck it. Alright.
All right, and then I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna leave this back, I think, and I will. Oops, cannot attack. I will send all of these your way, Sulfin.
What's your biggest
We'll
one?
leave back just these 4, or 5. So this is not blockable. You've got all these are 3/3s. This is a 2/2.
I'll block one of the 3/3s, and
Yep.
I'll block 2 of the 3/3s.
Okay.
So one will bounce, one will die, and then I'll do 6 to your
You're
face.
taking. Okay. And then you're taking 3, 6, 8. All right, that's all I can do. Fast turn.
Correct. I was at 22, so 2 more, right? Yeah.
I wasn't looking, sorry.
Tap, take that. Take 1. Draw.
That's intimidating. That's so intimidating.
Actually, I'm on it.
Bro, this dude's got half of his deck upside down. And then he shuffles it. Oh my god, what a fucking animal.
Bro, okay, for you, I'm going to.
I think I can kill him, maybe, possibly. It's 12 damage to everybody. Alright. And then I can windfall. Yeah.
Oh, Magus is coming.
I'll
Yes.
3. I'll play a dragon's approach. A response.
Nope.
Then with that on the stack, I will pay 2 red for fork. And I'll duplicate it.
I mean, I'm not going to be a bitch about it, but technically, if you ask us if we have any response,
if
then
you
we
respond,
can't
you're
do this
passing
anymore.
priority.
Just letting you know for next
okay,
time.
that's fair.
It's fine. No. I don't
Yeah.
care. Like, I just
No,
want
no.
you to know.
That's right.
I
I
thought that had
got
to go
confused.
through
You're like,
first
do you
order.
have a
That's
response?
priority.
I'm like,
Is that
no,
what it
we're
is?
getting approached. He's like, I'm forking. I'm like,
You have to hold. You have priority by default, so you have to hold priority if you want to do
Oh,
that
okay, so I
before
can
you know
hold
if
it
we're
and
going to
then
do
do it
anything.
again? That's what
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah. So
asking.
you just need to
Okay.
state that you're holding priority. Otherwise, it's assumed that you're passing when you cast a spell.
I
But
always
go ahead and
thought
do it.
but yeah, it goes off me first.
No,
fine. I won't
that's
do
just
it,
the
it's
deep.
fine.
That's just what people. No. You should do it. Like it's okay. I just wanted you to know because I suspected you didn't know, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You should do it. Go ahead.
Okay, because I thought it goes back around. Because then if someone tries to counter it, then that's when I would fork too, though. That's what I was. Or I guess would it matter? Because
Yeah. So you can't. Well, yeah. This is why you need to decide because you can't have the best of both worlds. Like you can't wait until
Okay.
someone tries to counter it, and if they do, then fork it. Well, you can do that, but if no one does
Yeah.
anything, then you never get priority again, and the spell resolves. So sometimes people, if they're good players
We'll just
and they're
leave it then.
suspecting,
I'd rather play fairly though.
well, no, I just want
I
you to
want to play
understand
fairly.
this. So just
Fairly.
listen to what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying right now, because sometimes if you're against a very good player, they might not respond intentionally because, like, let's say you're casting a blasphemous act and you wanted to play a heroic intervention before it resolves, and let's say people knew you had it in hand, they might
Yes.
they might not do something that you thought they were going to do just to screw you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
Yes,
sense.
Okay,
Makes sense.
go ahead.
But I will
Proceed
only
though.
do it once. So it'll be 6 damage.
No, please do the play you wanted to
6.
do. I think it's obvious that you
No,
knew
because
Yeah,
then
you
I don't
didn't
have
know
enough
that.
mana. Then I don't have enough mana to wheel, so that's fine. And I want to
Alright.
wheel.
6.
I
Six.
will pay 2 red and float 1 here to wheel.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Alright,
Oh,
Discarding
sorry.
Living
1,
Death,
2,
Grim Hireling,
3,
Fran,
4, 5, 6,
Executioner
7, 8.
thing.
2.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Wow.
5, 6, 6.
This hand is very crikey, and I like it.
Lol, I drew 1 land. What is going on?
I'm very happy with this. I'm a happy man.
Can I play a land for turn?
I drew 18 non-lands and 4 lands. What are the odds?
This is gross. I will tap 1 for a faithless looting. And I will draw 2 cards. Jesus.
Oh, faith, man.
And I will discard 19 and a Dragon's Approach. And I will face turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep. Right, it's probably important that I actually keep this soldier separate. Okay. This soldier should be kept separate. And draw. Oh yes! Okay. Wow.
What did you draw? What's so impressive? Oh my
Okay. I'm gonna tap 3.
god.
I'm gonna play Jaheira.
Seems good.
It's very good because I'm then gonna tap 1, 2, 3. 3 and a white to play a Phantom General. So creature tokens I control get +1/+1. Woohoo!
It's not that scary. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play like a camaraderie or something.
You say that. I'm
Or
very
Supreme
happy.
Verdict. I was expecting a Supreme Verdict.
Actually, maybe I can keep them untapped and actually tap away because the rest of my hand is kind of eh.
Or All's the Dust.
Yeah, I'd rather just actually. I'm just going to pay for the if that's okay. I'd rather just pay for the mana.
Huh?
I just have that.
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I think it's okay.
What'd you do?
I'm just
He just paid for mana except tapping his creatures.
Yeah. Okay, I think. I'm kind of good here to just chill out for a sec. So my creatures are currently 3/3s, and these are 3/5s. Okay.
Das ist ziemlich gut.
Passing?
Not yet. Yeah, okay. Now I'll pass.
Good God, I'm alive. Didn't see that coming. And tap upkeep, draw. Play a mana confluence. Alright, pay 2. Cast a Legion Lieutenant. It's just an anthem effect for vampires. And everyone will take 2. And I'll head to combat. I'm going to send all of this stuff your way, Russ. We'll leave this guy back. So, unblockable. 4, 4, 4. And they're all 4 power. Well, yeah.
I'll block with him and him, so he'll die.
Okay.
And then, so I'll block 2 4s. You'll still take 8.
Yep.
And then, how much did I block? 2. So I got 2 more.
And the
Yeah.
unblockable one is 12 coming on you. Coming through.
That's why I die.
I believe so. Unless you've got something else.
What was it? 30, yeah, 11, yeah. So yes.
Okay.
I got
GG.
blocking. GG.
Alright, second main. So how many creatures do you have, Max? You're on mute, by the way. 10 creatures. 2 of them are walls. Phantom General is flying. It's not flying. How come some ghosts can't fly? That doesn't really make sense to me. I don't freaking know what to do here. I'm going to develop this Argent Deus, I think. I have to take 1 off Mana Confluence. And I will pass.
I had it too. I had a Blasphemous Act in my hand.
I would have drawn something good as well, but there was that one.
Well, that would probably won me the game.
Oh, you just didn't have the mana for it? You wheeled into it?
I willed into it.
Yeah. You're on mute, Max. I think you mean to be, but
I think he wants to show what he's going to do.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
it's
Okay,
okay.
so upkeep, I get my populate trigger. I'm gonna tap float a green on the commander sphere and draw. Really? My ramp spells now? Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Overrun?
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, +3/+2 trap.
What? Why are you complaining if you had that?
Oh, I top decked it. Top decked it like then and there. No, so
Okay,
what happened
nice.
was this has been my fucking draws. Like all of my ramp. Skull Clamp as well.
Hey, it's like turn 10 and I have 4 lands, so don't talk to me.
I don't know. Bro, what do you want me to tell you? It's a skill diff. Like, you gotta be good to
Yeah,
draw
no.
lands. Like,
That's fair.
Okay?
I should get
recommend
good.
just get back to the books, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
learn how to draw lands. Okay, it's important.
I wish I could argue with you.
I wish we were.
It takes years of practice to be able to do to accomplish such a feat.
Nice. Well played. That was fun. Good game, guys.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's start off by taking a look at who we're up against. We've got a Corvold, Faker's King, a Sulfim Mayhem Dominus, and a King Darien the 48th. So Corvold is a notoriously powerful commander and deck. It's a Jund sacrifice deck. It can often include a lot of infinites, or if not that, just a lot of very high value plays. They get a lot of value from sacrificing permanents. They can make a huge Corvold and win that way. They could win with aristocrats effects, or tons and tons of different ways to win with that deck. And having green means it's going to be ramping powerfully. It's going to have access to a lot of removal and board wipes with black and red. Definitely a scary commander to see across the board, regardless of who you're playing. So certainly one we're going to have to keep our eye out for. Sulfim, also extremely potent and powerful, doubling all non-combat damage in a mono red shell is just frightening. This deck can explode and just kill everyone very quickly, and it's pretty hard to interact with because it can become indestructible. King Darien, the 48th, is not one that I have a lot of experience against. I've played against it maybe once or twice. I think it's a fairly generic Celestia token deck, probably worse than similar options like stuff like Risk the Redeemed. He can sack himself to give tokens hexproof and indestructible, so that's certainly a powerful effect, but we're not running a lot of removal, so probably not something we have to worry about that much. Though it's going to be a deck that can block us really well, so maybe a consideration of one we want to be swinging at first. But more than likely, I'm just going to try to kill Corvold before he can power up and just win. And Sulfim's going to be a big problem for us too, because undoubtedly he's running a lot of board wipe effects, and that's going to be really good against us. So we'll see how this match goes, but this looks like a tough lineup for us. We are going first, which is great. Let's take a look at our opening hand and see how that looks. All right, so for our opener, we've got 2 land, only white and colorless sources. Unfortunately, we do have a red 1-drop. Yeah, I mean, this hand's gotta be a mulligan, unfortunately. If that plains were a mountain, I would still mulligan this hand. If we had a red and black source, I would keep. But only if we had a separate and distinct red and black source. If we had a single Badlands and Vault of the Archangel, I don't think this is a keep on opening 7. All right, our second 7's looking solid. We've got 2 land, we've got all of our colors. Flutterstrand can get us whatever colors we need. We've got a 1-drop, we've got a 2-drop. We have another 1 and 2-drop, which is great. That can fill in on turn 3. And then we have a Living Death at the top end that we can play to hopefully like close out the game once we get board wiped once or twice. So this hand's looking excellent. Easy keep. First critical play of the game is Solfim dropping a Pyromancer's Ascension. Given that this references casting spells that have the same name as a card in your graveyard, which is a thing that's pretty difficult to do in Commander normally, quite obviously tells us that he's playing a Dragon's Approach deck. So we'll find out if that's true later, but I'm going to call it out right now when I see it. That is actually probably a good sign for us. Dragon's Approach just does damage to players. He can tutor out dragons and stuff, but in general, I think like if he's just trying to outrace us, then we have a fighting chance against that sort of strategy. So I think seeing Dragon's Approach tech makes me a little less concerned about the Solfim deck in general.
Sounds like a Dragon's Approach deck.
Hilariously, we drew first the Facebreaker and then the Hireling. You know, the 2 cards we just added, one right after another. It's almost as if like I just stuck them both in, didn't shuffle, but I did shuffle quite extensively. So anyway, I don't mind seeing that because it means if the Facebreaker gets removed, I can follow up with the Hireling, which is a more potent threat. You know, little did I know how the game would end up going, but that's what I thought at the time. So Facebreaker's obviously the play here.
End of attack is declared. Let's professional Facebreaker swords.
So Darian stops us in our tracks with the swords on Facebreaker before damage, which is a great play, unquestionably. If we had landed this attack, I think the entire game would have gone differently. Given that we already know, you guys just watched the game, that I never drew a 4th land until like the last turn of the game. Had we just connected with the Facebreaker a single time, that would have allowed us to follow up the Grim Hireling and then have like unquestionably a much more powerful mid game than we ended up having. It's not that we did badly. We were a threat the whole game and almost won it. But I think this was the play of the game. He correctly identified that hitting that Facebreaker right now was absolutely what needed to be done to slow me down after this very powerful start. So kudos to Max for a solid play there. He just won the game for himself, essentially, is basically what this boils down to. So excellent play, Max, if you're watching this. Respect. Corvold plays a mana rock that can get sacrificed later and make extra mana. So good card for that deck. Just a good card in general. I like clearing stockpile quite a lot. I've played it in a few decks and it always performs well for me. The reassembling skeleton is what is really frightening though. This, speaks to any number of infinite combos, typically to make infinite mana, but if you have any sort of aristocrat effect in play, it could just be looped to kill everyone. So at this power level, it's not unreasonable to expect that opponents might have infinites, and he just lays the piece right there on the board. We know the Swords to Plowshares from the white player is already down. We're not running swords, so this is a little scary, to be honest.
This card is actually much harder for a Mox Diamond.
Mox Diamond at this power level, pretty iffy, especially a proxied one like that. But, he's playing a Dragon's Approach deck, so it's probably fine. Still, not in love with seeing that. Darian drops a generic token maker thing, whatever.
Is that a deep drop?
So no land, unfortunately. So here we got to make the decision, do we develop the Agate Instigator without Offspring and then follow up with the Changeling Outcast, or do we play the Vampire Socialite with the Changeling Outcast? I think the reason I ended up deciding on the Agate Instigator is primarily because I was wanting to play the Grim Hireling when I eventually drew my 4th land. Spoiler alert, never happened. Therefore, I thought, like, I'm not going to have time to play the Agate Instigator with the Offspring, and that's why I decided to run it out now. Corvold just develops Corvold. No surprises there.
What's that? 4%.
Yep, everyone's just getting their commanders out. So Max plays Teo. I think it's Teo Geometric, but it's actually different Teo, which causes some confusion later, but regardless, it's just some sort of do-nothing white planeswalker that makes walls. All right, sadly, still no land. So here I decide to get the Socialite on board so that we could potentially start killing some fools. You know, it is at this point that you might think, like, man, should we be running more lands? But really, like, this was extremely unlikely how it went down. We're running close to 33% lands. It's a little under. We should be drawing a land on average every 3 cards. You know, it's slightly less than that. There was a point where we had drawn 22 cards, 4 of which were land. That is just statistically very improbable. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen sometimes, but also doesn't mean that we should be making any deck building decisions to change things based on this particular outcome. It's just going to happen occasionally, and you got to deal with it. And that's magic for you.
Alright. 5-4. Okay. I'll send Stromkirk Noble at you, Sulfin player. I'll send these 4 at you, Corvold.
This probably wasn't, I don't know, like, this was a tough turn. I think sending the Stromkirk at the Sulfin player was the right move because he's obviously not going to block. He didn't have any mana up to pay the Phyrexian mana to make Sulfin indestructible. He needs at least 1 colorless to do that. So I knew he wasn't blocking, and he's mono red, so he's unlikely to have any free spells or tricks or anything. So I figured that was a safe attack. The other 3, I think in hindsight, what I probably should have done is just sent the Changeling Outcast because it's unblockable. Sending the other 3 at Corvold maybe wasn't the right call. I don't know. I don't play aggro decks that often, and I was thinking like probably more of an old school 1v1 Magic mindset where you got to be willing to make a few sacrifices to push through some damage. But I think life totals are so high in Commander that sending, hitting him for 2 in exchange for losing a 1/1 is not the right move here. If I were to go back and play this again, I would not send those 3. I don't think it was worth it. I think what I may have been thinking is that they needed to get through for damage for the Socialite to pump them, when in fact, had I actually read the card and or remembered what it did correctly, I would have realized I only have to get through with 1 thing to anyone in order for the Socialite to trigger. So my fault either way. So Creeps and Corvold, normally quite scary, not really a big deal for us. It's unlikely we're going to be targeting him, and the haste doesn't matter at this point. So Yawgmoth's terrible for us to see. This is a huge moment. Thank God he doesn't have any sack fodder right now. He's got the Hierarch, but our board is out of range for just that 1 sack. But this is a big, big problem for us and tells me that we just need to go for the throat with the Corvold player. If Yawgmoth remaining on the field by the time it heads back to his turn, that's going to be a huge problem for us. So it's the most threatening card I have seen so far, and that means it's him or me. Brash Taunter is a big problem for us too. In combination with Solfim, this means huge damage when you've got big creatures on the board like the Stromkirk Noble, like Corvold. Thankfully, Corvold has Shroud from the Lightning Greaves, which is actually going to work against him, as we'll see in the future. But, still, I know that Brash Taunter is going to be a big, big problem for us. And I don't know that we're very well equipped to do anything about it either, sadly. So Darian develops another generic, value piece, just playing this very non-threatening game. And you know how Commander goes. Like a lot of times, the player that's just sitting there dirtling is the one that ends up winning because the other three are fighting to the death, and then one just emerges as like, "Hey, I won. What do you know?" And lo and behold, that may be what ends up happening. All right, deck, time to show us our fourth land. So, Indulgent Aristocrat is at least a powerful card, but it's pretty mana intensive. It's a shame. This hand was almost great.
I'm gonna
Use-
full swing at you, Corvold.
You know, per my previous comment, Corvold must die. We have to try to kill him. I probably should have done some calculations because obviously I didn't have enough. I was hoping maybe I could kill Yawgmoth in the attack if he didn't pay attention to the Indulgent Aristocrat, which he didn't. But it's pretty likely I should not have sent the Socialite or the Cruel Celebrant. Almost certainly I shouldn't have, honestly. So, you know, I was definitely seeing red with this attack because I thought, like, if I don't deal with the Yawgmoth, it's over. You know, then again, I got him very low with this, and he didn't have a lot of life to work with when it came to using the Yawgmoth. So I don't think this was the worst attack, but I still, if I could go back, I would have just sent the top row of creatures, almost definitely. So Corvold takes 12 minutes to do a bunch of stuff, as is typical of the Corvold deck, and he ends up at 1, which means he's pretty much out of the game. He can't even activate Yawgmoth at this point. He almost certainly misplayed this turn in countless ways, but he's a new player, and that's a tough deck to play, so, you know, no shade. At this point, like, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like we have a shot, even though we're still stuck on 3 land. Our life total's looking good. We've got a big board. I think we've got a chance. So Solfum lays Magus the Wheel. Love to see that. If that gets off, we have a chance. We can actually draw some land. We could draw some gas. We could draw anything. Not that we've had bad draws. Aside from missing the lands, our hand's been pretty good. But the wheel will definitely be big game for us if it goes off.
All right, Surf, we go to combat. I'll swing a 9/9 at you.
You should do that at me.
You should probably listen to Raz.
So foolishly noble me convinces Max to make the correct play. He appears to be ignoring the board and ignoring Russ, even though Russ is telling him the correct thing to do. And I sort of have to browbeat him into doing the play that is going to wreck me. But I don't want to lose to misplays, so I'm happy to do it.
Why don't you tell him what you're thinking?
I block with the Brash Taunter. I get
It's
to do 18 damage to a target creature.
He means target player.
yeah. This
target
is
Because non-combat damage.
huh? Oh right, yeah, he's dealt damage. Yeah, sure.
Huh?
My reasoning is I want to start chipping away at that board.
Definitely the wrong decision.
That's removal
Sure.
player removal.
Russ's comment is quite astute here. So Max is finally convinced and films me for 18, which pretty much seals the deal for me. Well, I don't know. Like, with the way the game ended, I'm not sure if it actually mattered that much, but this is an interesting thing to consider with a deck like this. There's a tipping point after which, you know, we're no longer the threat, but there's this residual hatred. I mean, hatred's maybe not the right word, but everyone is like, okay, it's everyone versus Surf, right? But there's a point where someone else actually starts to pull ahead and become the real threat. And a lot of players are not super good at identifying when that happens and like sort of shifting the attention off of the player they've just been like smashing the whole game because they're out to such a powerful start. And that's something that you're going to run into with this deck a lot. And I don't know that there's a ton you can do about it when it comes to deck building. This is when you have to start involving a lot more politics in your play, or maybe like playing the deck a little bit differently. Maybe this deck could be built a little bit differently so it's not quite so aggressive and focuses maybe more on like storming out for a big turn and relying on something like Agate Instigator or some of the aristocrat effects to like have a powerful large turn versus trying to curve out. I think that's a potential way to build this deck too. If you're not super into the like, let's try to aggro everyone down before they can defend themselves or kill me.
All right, I'm dead.
Assuming I play a creature.
You would definitely play a creature.
Maybe. I only have 3 cards in hand.
You're messing with me right now.
Still no land. So sad. But I mean, at this point, I don't even know if we wanted to play Grim Hireling anymore. I think we would have. It would have been actually pretty good, especially with the Changeling Outcast, where we know we can get through, at least on one player's board. But yeah, it's kind of too little too late at this point, I think, no matter what. So I would love if the Ruthless Lawbringer had been an Exile effect so we can deal with the Brash Taunter. So that was my biggest concern is like, he's just going to kill me with the Brash Taunter. He could have just taunted my Stromkirk Noble and domed me for the same amount of damage pretty much. So I ended up deciding to use the Ruthless Lawbringer on the whatever that big creature is that he used it on last time on Max's board, but this was a tough turn. I wasn't really sure what to do. I thought it was maybe possible I should have used the Indulgent Aristocrat's ability, but this was just tough. I really didn't know where to go at this point. So after a lengthy discussion about priority and, casting the fork, which you can watch the full conversation in the game, it's a little bit interesting, I think. He decides to use the Magus of the Wheel, and we pick up a new hand. And hey, lo and behold, we finally drew a land. 1 out of the 7 cards we drew is a land. So at this point, we've drawn like over 20 cards, 4 of which are land. So we've drawn, 20% land when we should have drawn around 33% land. So it's actually not super unreasonably low, but it's still quite low. Darian develops Jahira, which is frightening. Basically weaponizes all of his tokens and turns them into mana dorks. And then he plays a Lord effect, which is less scary, but his board is, reaching that critical mass that can just like end us at any moment at this point. So I was happy to get another turn with my hand of 7, but I think at this point it was a little bit out of our reach unless we drew into like if we had drawn any sort of board wipe here effect or any like mass removal, like if we had drawn that one-sided board wipe, that would have been perfect here because it would have gotten through the Darien protection and it would have cleaned up the Brash Taunter. Yeah, that Olivia's Wrath card would have been nuts here if only we had the mana to play it. So I finally have my 4 mana, and now I don't even know what to do with it because like we don't have any great plays here. We could play Yawgmoth and try to clear some stuff. Maybe that would have been the right play. It's not what I ended up doing, but I was thinking like, my original intention was to drop the Welcoming Vampire and the Vampire of the Dire Moon, so I could draw a card, but like, do I need to draw a card here? It's not likely that I'm going to get another turn. So I ended up deciding on the Legion Lieutenant just to power up our board and then leaving an activation up for the Indulgent Aristocrat. But I really don't know what the right play was here. Maybe playing Yawgmoth was the right play to see if we could draw into something free that could have helped us, or I'm not really sure. I think there were no winning plays here as far as I could tell. So I knock out Solfim, but leave myself precariously low, and Max just finishes us off with an overrun effect, which is not unexpected, although he did claim to have top decked it. So that's a little frustrating, but I'd say all in all, given that we only had 3 land the majority of the game, we had a fighting chance of winning this. I think given that we had a chance, even though we had only 3 land, that speaks to the effectiveness of the deck. So I'm really happy with how it performed. Even though we struggled, obviously, with the land, I would have liked to have some land and be able to play more spells, but we almost won. And, when you have a tough game like that and still almost come out as the winner, that is a good sign, I think, for the effectiveness of the deck. So I'm not really feeling like that game lended itself to any like massive changes based on everything I saw. I felt like everything we drew was solid. I mean, the Argent Deus didn't really have a chance to shine in that game. I feel like if we had drawn it earlier, it would have actually been really good because um, we could have used it on one of our own things to kind of draw out of the mana screw. That's not really how we want to be using it, but I think it would have been effective in that regard because even though we have to spend 2 mana to activate it, if we can draw it into a land when we would have otherwise been stuck on a land for 2 turns, we're kind of recovering that mana for a couple of turns anyway. So I think this is a good enough card that I don't want to be looking at cutting it. And honestly, like, maybe we could use a little bit more removal. It would have been nice to have an answer for the Brash Taunter. So some sort of like minus effect could be a good option. Maybe playing Swords to Plowshares could be a good option. Um, any sort of exile non-land permanent. So let's take a look at what we have in considering in regard to removal and see if anything makes sense to add. I don't want to overreact to that game though. I feel like it went pretty well in general. So Chaos Warp it's a good option. I know I cut this, but I think it deserves a place in the deck. So I would not terribly mind getting this back in. It would have dealt with the Taunter. It deals with the One Ring. It deals with problematic lands. I think it's a flexible and powerful enough card that it's worth, spending 3 mana on when we really want to otherwise be developing our board. Another card seeing it here, another card I really think we should get in is Braids. We've got so many expendable creatures and we're not really weaponizing them that well. I know it's adding another non-vampire to the deck, which I really want to avoid doing, but it just draws so many cards that I think it's just absolutely good enough for the deck. So let's try to get these 2 cards in. That's really all I want to do in terms of the changes. I don't, the other thing to consider is like when the deck's working well, which I feel like it is, you don't want to make too many changes at once because it's hard to know what, if it ends up in a place where it's no longer working, it's hard to know what affected that. Like you've tweaked so many things that it's hard to understand what made it work in the first place. So I find that making, once the deck's working moderately well, try to like err on the side of making smaller changes and seeing how those affect the deck. And Commander is a singleton format, so like that's why it's fun, but it also means that like games are so different that there's going to be cards that you just never draw or never see. But I think what the games we've played so far have told us in general is that we're never really getting to late game, especially like these heavy drops like Vein Ripper and Bolas' Citadel. I don't think we want both of these. So I think what I'm going to do is flip over to, let's just tag the stuff that's not tagged. This was just a temporary placeholder I added because I was still missing a couple cards, but I think it might be good enough for the deck, so I'm probably going to end up leaving it in. Okay, so let's switch over to mana value and let's look at our heavy stuff. So we've already got 3 6-drops. I think we definitely want to cut one of these 3. I think the Crossway Troublemakers is the best of the 3. It does really like 3 phenomenal things. Death Touch is extremely good. Lifelink is extremely good. And this draw effect is extremely good. So this is the card we want to be playing on 6. Like if we have all 3 of these, I'm always going to be playing the Crossway Troublemakers unless we don't have a board, in which case I might, defer to the Citadel or the Vein Ripper. It's really tough because these are all really good cards. I think the Vein Ripper is probably the worst. How many sack outlets are we playing right now? 12 sack outlets, but this is a one-time one. This is a one-time one. And these cost like a lot of mana. Master of Darkright's one of the best cards in the deck. We haven't seen it yet, but If you start with this on the board, turn 1, try losing that game. This seems nuts. This receiver is very good. Yeah, like, we have some unreliable sack outlets, and then we've got like 4 really good ones in Yawgmoth, Yahenni, Bartolome, and Viscerus here. That being said, I think Vein Ripper is probably the worst of these 3. It's obviously extremely good, but I think given that we're not always going to have reliable sack outlets, it's probably the least powerful top end of these 3 cards. So let's get rid of Vein Ripper. I'm very sad to do it, but I think that is probably the right decision. And then can we shave any 5s? This card seems great to me. We could cut Living Death, especially now that we got rid of the Vein Ripper, but I don't know if that's right. I think we're only running a couple of reanimation spells, and we really want them to be like powerful and impactful. These are like Bloodghast is not really reanimation. Null Priest is one-time effect. We're probably not going to be using the kicker usually, so it's just these 2. I don't think it's a good idea to cut either of these. I think they're both very, very good. So let's go back to mana value. Let's look at 5s again. Definitely not, definitely not, definitely not, definitely not, definitely not. So I think we have to keep all these 5s. So let's look at 4s instead. So Benny's not really a 4. Bluther's insane. Alenda is one that keeps catching my eye. She's just really, really good though. Maybe we drop the Perforos. Maybe we drop Agate Instigator. No, Agate Instigator is great because it's optional. I think we want both Perforos and Agate Instigator. I wish we had a chance to test one of these haste creatures. I think they're going to be really, really good though. Maybe it's just Alenda. We're not running as many sack outlets as we really need to make her excellent. It could also be Benny Brax, but I really think Benny Brax is going to be good. This seems crazy to cut Alenda. It seems like it would have been amazing. All right, what does Florian do? Beginning of our post-combat main, we look at the top X, where X is the amount of life opponents lost. We exile one of them, and we can play it that turn. This seems very good. Like, if we had Florian in that game that we just played, we would have drawn out of our, like, land trouble easily. Because it's like, okay, we just hit someone for 10 or 20. So it's like, look at the top 20. We can play any of those that turn. Seems extremely good. I really like Nighthawk Scavenger in this deck. It's just a huge beater that also gains us a lot of life. Maybe the Facebreaker is the weak link. It would have been great that game. The Lawbringer was pretty bad for us there. We could cut Sundering Eruption, but I don't want to like go down any more land. I think maybe we cut this Lawbringer. If this wasn't, I actually thought this was an exile effect. I don't know why. I just had it in my head that this card exiled. So it was pretty disappointing when I couldn't remove the threat that I really wanted and needed to remove. And given that we just put in a Chaos Warp, which is a 3 mana removal spell, I think we could maybe afford to drop this. So let's do that. So let's take a final look at our stats. We ended at 47 creatures, just a handful of spells under 10, sorceries plus instants, small number of artifacts and enchantments as well, and then 31/32 land. Our curve looks really nice. It's got this like very slow progression up to 3s, and then this nice drop off that we want to see. Our average mana value ended at 2.69. Still a little bit high, but we are counting some spells as full mana value when they, in fact, probably will not be, like Benny Brax, for example. I think, in general, the deck performed extremely well. I don't feel like there are a lot more changes that we need to make. That all being said, I'm going to end the series here. I may do a follow-up on this deck in a month or two after we've seen some new cards, or if I get any specific questions or suggestions. But I really hope you enjoyed this series. It was really fun for me to make and something that I'd been thinking about doing for a really long time. So I hope you got something out of it. This was a ton of work for me, but I really enjoyed doing it. So let me know if you liked it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. I'm absolutely open and willing to hear all feedback you have for me. Yeah, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I post new content pretty regularly. Like the video if you haven't already done so, and please share with your friends. And also, like, drop me a comment or let me know either on the comments or in Discord. Like, if you like the video, it really helps keep me going when I get like positive feedback and encouragement. So let me know how you're feeling or if you liked it, and maybe I'll do something like this again. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. Matt from Surf City TCG signing off.